One last thing. I want to show you how to write a program that displays these two sentences simultaneously on the screen for 1 second. I'm going to write the program relatively quickly for you, and then we'll trace it to make sure you understand what's going on. While you can specify the X and Y start location of the text in pixels, LEGO also gives you the option of grid mode for placing text on the screen. And I generally use grid mode when I'm working with text. LEGO divides the screen into 22 columns, numbered 0 through 21, and 12 rows, numbered 0 through 11. Each grid space has room for one small character of text. So let's start a new program inside of this practice project. And let's call this text practice. Okay, so let's get another display block. And this time we're going to choose text. And you can do pixel mode, but as I said, I prefer grid mode. So what I want to do is I want to write the phrase, I don't want to write Mindstorms, I want to write the phrase robots rock. And I'm going to put that on, let's see, let's start at column 7 on row 2. And font size, well, you can have font sizes 0, 1, or 2. 0 and 1 are the small size. Size 2 is fine, but that does take up more than one grid space. So let's do a size 2 for this one. And now let's add another display block. Right here, again, we're going to do text in a grid. And let's write, "This is cool." Let me do a little smiley face too, emoticon. Okay, let's do that on row 6, and we'll start at column 3, and this time let's pick a font size of 1. We have to make sure we don't clear the screen, right? So let's set this to false. So we write that, and then immediately after it, we don't erase the screen, and we write "This is cool." And now we just need to go into the flow control menu to get one of these wait blocks. And why don't we wait for 2 seconds? Great. Let's download this. Okay, so we have to go up one to get into my JSK EV3 Practice Project. Let's go in, and we want to run the text practice program. There you go. Nice. So let's trace our program to understand what's happening. Before we start to run our program, there's some standard stuff displayed on your EV3 screen. It won't look exactly like this, but you get the idea. Then we start to run the program. Our first display block had clear checked, so the EV3 cleared its display. And then it immediately wrote "Robots Rock" on row 2, column 7 of the screen. In our demo, we used font size 2, but here we use font size 1. Having done so, it was finished with this block and ready to move on immediately to the next one. That next block doesn't have the clear box checked, so the EV3 does not clear its display. The words "Robots Rock" remain on the screen. We're not done with this block yet. The EV3 now writes "This is cool" on row 6, column 3 of the screen using font size 1. So now there are 2 lines of text on the screen. At this point, it was finished with the block, so it moved on to the next one. The third block is a wait time block. So the EV3 waited for 2 seconds. It counted 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And then it was finished with this block, so it moved on. Finally, the EV3 recognized that there were no more blocks, and so it knew it was time to clean up. And so it reset the EV3 screen back to normal.